Hello, Year 6. Welcome to your virtual tour of South Dartmoor Community College. Just a reminder, I'm Mrs. Matthews. I'm going to be your head of Year 7. Okay, so we're going to just have a look at this whole site map. Where I will be starting my tour with you is the very bottom of the screen at the turning circle, and we're going to kind of head through the school from there. This is something I will put on at the end again, so you can just have a look at all the different places that we have been to. Okay, so welcome to South Dartmoor Community College. This is Balland Lane, and this is one of two entrances that you can use to get into the school. Okay, this is the other entrance that you can use to get into the school. If you are somebody that can walk to school, or you get dropped off on Balland Lane, you can use this pedestrian gate on the left that brings you up through the atrium studio. This is the very front of the school where we just were. If you arrive on a bus, you will arrive at the turning circle, which is just at the end of this area. But at the end of the day, this is the place where all the buses park in front of the English and Maths block, which is the building on the left. So the buses park there, and you'll come down from main site. You'll be sent down by a teacher with your whole bus cohort, and you'll get on your bus nice and safely down here. But if you arrive in the mornings on the bus, that circle-y bit just there is called the turning circle, and your bus will drop you around there somewhere. I'm just going to show you first of all where we go if the fire alarm goes off at all, so that in case you're worried about where you would go in that. Okay, so you're going to turn right in front of the school instead of going into school, and you carry on along Balland Lane until you get to this turning on the right, which looks like this. This is where our fields are. Our sports day is held over there. We've got cricket nets. We've got our AstroTurf down here. You can see the cricket nets on the left, but you just keep walking down here until you get to the Astro, and the gate on the right there will be open, and you will line up, and there will be lots of staff to show you where to line up if the fire alarm does go off. Okay, we're going to head back to school now. If you arrive at school on a bus, you'll be directed up on the left-hand side of those metal railings, just there. So you don't go up the rows, you stay on the metal railings. And as you head right up into school, you keep following the lines all the way through, and you go through the gap in that fence just in front of you. So this is our admin block. On the left there, you can see the main reception. There it is again, different angle. Okay, so we're turning around from the main reception, and we're looking back at the Maths and English block, the one where the buses will pick you up at the end of the day in front of. So we're behind it now, and we're just going to go in through the entrance here, and I'm going to show you inside. So this is Maths on the ground floor. Okay, this is the Maths corridor. You can see it's one way only. When you come out of lessons, you must come out and follow the one-way system, just so that we don't get too many people walking in different directions. This is one of our Maths classrooms. You can just about see there, MA3. We're going to come back out of that corridor, and we're going to go up one story to the English block. It's a very similar layout to the Maths block. Same scenario with the one-way system. Okay, and we've gone up one more level here, and this is where the library is. Now, just outside the library, we've got some cubby holes, and if you are going to the library, before you go in, you leave your bags and your coats out here. You obviously take anything that you're going to need while you're in the library, but we don't take bags or coats into the library. So I'll just go in and show you what we've got in here. We've got Mr. Wickington in there at the minute, working with some students. And it just show you some of the different areas that we've got available. So we've got comfy reading areas. We've got places that you can work on computers. There's a printer in there. There's all sorts of books around the edge. There's spaces available in the window, which are quite nice. Okay, so I've come back out of the library and I'm at the other end of the English and Maths block now. We're still at the back of the English and Maths block. You can see the gate, the pedestrian gate to your right there. I'm just going to scroll around, and this building here is the Atrium Studio, which is our studio school, which we have on site. You can go there in year 9 or in year 12. Okay, so we're just spinning around and looking at the school from a different angle. And we're going to walk up next to the atrium here. I'm just showing you to the right as well. That's the entrance that you'd go into for the atrium from our campus. I'm looking back at the atrium from further up the path. Back down, you can see in the distance, you can see that pedestrian gate again. Okay, now if we go up a little bit and turn left after the atrium, we come along, you can see, hopefully you can see on the side, we've got Expressive Arts Building, which is this building on the right. I'm going to show you where you would go in if you're going into there. But then underneath you can see it says Bright Beginnings. I'm just going to show you around the corner. This is Bright Beginnings. The front of it is Careers, but to the left, the door, you can't quite see where the sign is, but you'd go in there if you were ever needed to go to Bright Beginnings. Now, Bright Beginnings is a space that I can help organise for you to go at break and lunchtime if you are finding everywhere else too noisy. So that's something that I can help you organise. It's a bit more of a controlled area than the kind of the playground and the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But you need to have a chat with me about that first. Okay, so just coming back out. So just beyond that white van is where we've just come out of. And I'm just going to turn around. So this is the other part of the Expressive Arts Building. This is the one that you would go in the door of. This is one of the classrooms in there. Expressive Arts, I think mainly music lessons take place in there. As you can see, we've got it set up ready for a music lesson in there. You can see the keyboards around the edge, the guitars, the drums, piano in the corner, lots of speakers. It's a room where lots of noise gets made. Okay, just coming back out of there, you can see our student reception, which I think is going to be changed its name to the pastoral offices. But I'll just show you down here. It's got the sign student reception, and you can head in there if you've got any queries. I believe at some point during this year it's going to change, but this is what it will look like for you when you arrive in September. And this is where you can get any help from our pastoral team. Okay, so we've just swung round. The Expressive Arts Building is on our left, and we've got art in front of us. Just go a bit close and go inside. This is as you come in the first door. This is the downstairs, so we haven't gone up those stairs. Just showing you the art corridor. And this is one of the, I think it's a photography or a media room within art that we've got. Okay, so then we've come upstairs in the art block. You can see there's art studio on the left, and we're going to head out of this door in front of us. So we're going behind the art block now. And looking back on that door on the right, on the left here, we've got a pizza oven that's been made by students in our Learning Enrichment Centre a few years ago. And then, so there's that door that we just came out of on the left, the blue and white one. We're going to head in to KT1 and KT2, which is your technology rooms for cooking. Okay, there are 2 rooms where you will learn to make gourmet food for your family. Okay, we've just come back around that building, and as you can see, this is from the other side now. So that's food technology. That's where you'd head round the outside if you're not coming through the art block to get there. Okay, so we've just turned around on the spot, and we can see the technology block up here. And ICT is just below technology. And we've kept on turning around on the same spot. You can see on the right, there's that sign for food technology. And then this, the bridge here is quite a significant landmark. If you're ever lost, somebody might say to you, okay, so head to the bridge, turn left underneath it, or go under the bridge and turn right. That's a way of giving you directions around the school because it's quite significant. It's a corridor that leads from geography and MFL over to RS. So hopefully that will just remember the bridge Okay, so this is from the other side of the bridge, so you can see we've got a Learning Enrichment Centre and RS on the left, and technology signposted on the right, so that's just where we've come from. Just moving back down the hill. Building on the left is art. Okay, so we've just swung around slightly to the right. Another quite important place to point out, we've got the rock, which is generally people say, other than the bridge, they say, oh, there's the rock, let's meet at the rock, I'll meet you at the rock at break time, those sorts of things, because it's quite central to school, it's quite close to Scoffers, which is our food hall, and it's just a spot that people go to meet. You can see in front of us, we've got 2 water fountains here. They've also got push buttons to fill up your water bottles from. So that's quite important because you need to stay hydrated. Okay, so you can still see the rock there. Straight ahead of us, up to the left, that's where you're going to go for your lunch. And then we'll have a look at PE and dance and drama in a bit. Okay, so this is in front of student reception area, and we've got lots of picnic tables there. And you can see the building in the background with the wood clad at the top is called the Judith Morgan building. You can also get some food in there, but that's where you'd head to eat if you wanted to eat inside, and we will have a look inside there in a bit. Okay, so just swinging back round, Judith Morgan building on the left, and we've got student reception in front of us. Closer look at the water fountains, so you can see the push buttons, the rock. Okay, PE corridor in front of us. Sorry, first of all, it's drama and it goes into PE. We're just going to head around here. This building on the left is a drama room. Just heading past one of our many table tennis tables. And this is the entrance that you'd go into for your lunchtime in the Judith Morgan building. This is just in front of the building, just to give you an idea where we are. That's the door we were just looking at. You can see the rock on the left and the bridge up at the top. And this is the other door. This is kind of the way you exit out of that building. And you see that's right at the front of the school. We will have seen that right at the start. Another table tennis table. Okay, and this is our Ashmore sports facility and the reception there, but it's another way in to get into our sports hall and our PE area. More picnic tables, a bike shed in front of the sports hall. Okay, and looking down past the sports hall, we've moved down that path a little bit, and you can see the science block there. Okay, just looking, I've just turned around on my feet again. You can just see this is the other end of the sports hall, right next to science. Okay, they're labelled at SC, whichever, and it tells you there which end of the block you go to. Okay, this is just looking at the school from in front of the science block. And this is the back, behind science, which is the science garden, and there's a pond in there. There's a space where you can go and do some outside work for science there. Okay, and this is a view from upstairs in the science block, and you can just see the Astro in the distance there and the cricket nets there. Just a reminder, that's where you go if the fire alarm goes off. And our sports fields. And this is one of our science labs inside. You can see gas taps, electric sockets, everything you need to do exciting experiments in there. Okay, so coming back from the science block, next to the science block, we've got the sports hall. Oh, in the dark. Okay, one end of the sports hall, we've got our climbing wall. Above the sports hall, you can see the sports hall on the left. We've got the fitness suite, multi-gym. And then just coming back downstairs, that's the door you can see to go into the sports hall. That's the Ashmore reception on the left where those shutter sliding blinds are. And that's the door to go up to the fitness suite. Okay, this is one of our changing rooms. This one is, I think, just to the left of the reception area that we just saw. And then just coming out of the back of the PE corridor, this is the area that you'll wait for your PE lessons if your PE teacher sends you this way. Okay, this is behind the sports hall. These are two more science rooms. And this is the gate that you would go to from that area just down on the left, which is where I just showed you where that bench was. You use that gate to get to the Astro rather than the front of the school. And that's the back of the sports hall again. Okay, so this is coming back inside that door at the bottom of the PE corridor. You can see right up at the top, we've got the gym on the left, and then further round, we're going to go and look at drama around there. Okay, and the dance studios. So in on the left here, we've got the gym. You can see there's a lot of gymnastics equipment in here. Okay, and that's the door you can see on the right-hand side there, looking back down that corridor. And then this is just turning around, come around the corner a little bit from there. Up on the right there, we've got some more changing rooms and a PE classroom. Up here on the left, through these double doors, is the PE office, and then we're going to move on to the dance studio further up, and we've got the hall first of all on the right before you get there. So PE office, door on the right, that door over there was the door on the right there, and you can see that's our hall where productions happen. And where we've got to now, we've gone through the hall and we've gone into the scoffers area. We will have a look at a dance studio in a minute. Okay, so that's the hall from a different angle. And that's where we were just a minute ago, the scoffers corridor. That red roller door comes up, and that's where you can get your food from. And now the doors from inside that we were looking at earlier. Okay, these are the doors just around the corner. So if you look at the front of the building, these are on the left. Excuse me. And this is a very important machine. It's your Scoffers top-up machine. So if you need to put more money on your Scoffers card or your finger, then this is where you come to. It's near history, and we can show you that area in just a minute. Okay, so this is history. History corridor. Looking back, these are the same doors that you could see from the outside I was talking about a minute ago. And that little machine that we were just looking at is down behind those stairs on the right-hand side. This is the history corridor. At the end of the history corridor, we've got IT. We saw it from the outside earlier. You can get to it either way. And this is the IT help desk. These are our two IT rooms there. Again, same system as the library. We've got these cubby holes for you to put your bags and coats in, so you don't take them into the IT rooms. Okay, they are our two IT rooms that we've got at the minute. Coming back out of the IT rooms, you can see one of the languages rooms just up there on the stairs. If we carry on up the stairs, then we will get onto the modern foreign languages, sorry, corridor. You can see they've got the flags from all around the world up on as bunting at the minute. And moving through at the end of the modern languages corridor, we've got geography. And we've just walked back down that corridor through languages. And looking back down the stairs. Under those stairs is where that machine is. Okay, now we come just back outside. We're behind where IT is. Technology is on the left. That's the door you can go into for IT. Now this is where technology is. So we've got hairdressing first of all, and then we've got our workshops. So this is inside one of the workshops. You can see hundreds of different pieces of equipment and tools for you to do all your different technologies with. Okay, we've just come out of technology. We've carried on walking along the technology building, and here we can see the enclosed area out the back of Scoffers. I'm just looking back up. That's technology on the right now, and the history on the left. So we're going into that area where the seated area, which is covered at the back of Scoffers. Okay, this is called the place, this area just here. Okay, so we've come back out now and we've gone all the way along back in front of technology, and the two wooden buildings right at the top of the slope. So we've gone, if you looked at the school from in front of the bridge, you'd keep going all the way up the slope underneath the bridge, and this is on the left. In the past, these have been used as Year 11 common rooms, sixth form common rooms, so their role does change. I think there'll probably still be a Year 11 common room in here, but it's probably not somewhere you would need to go as a Year 7, but just to let you know what it is and where it is. The rock. Okay, so this is inside one of our drama rooms. This is yellow drama. Then we've got inside our dance studio. One of them, we've got two of those. And this is our other, this one's red drama. You can see lots of lighting equipment in here that you can practice with. Okay, so this is our drama corridor, drama and dance corridor. And just coming back out of that door, you can see this is, we've kind of turned to the right here. Just beyond there is where you'd go in for scoffers. They're the doors where you go into scoffers. Okay, we come back round now, just showing you the bridge again. Just going to pop in through on the left, upstairs. This is the RS corridor, always brightly coloured. All sorts of different things they have up in there. I love going to see what they've done to the decorating most recently. You may have contributed to some work on here. This is an RS wall about primary feeder schools, with the primary feeder schools. And then we've got what looks like quite an injured penguin in the RS room. I don't know what they've done to that one. Okay, so we're inside of the Judith Morgan building now, just to give you an idea of what it looks like inside. That's where you'd queue up and you'd pay over that till there. There's lots of different places to sit with your friends and enjoy your lunch, comfy bits. Okay, we're just coming back out of there now, showing you main reception again. Just panning round, we've got the sports hall on the right, Judith Morgan in front of us. And there we go. That concludes your tour of South Dartmoor. I will put the map as a separate document in case you haven't already received it after this video. And yeah, I hope that has helped you. If you've got any questions at all about where things are, or you want to know anything at all, my email address is amatthews, and that's with a double T, at southddartmoor.devon.sch.uk. I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. Take care.